But I want to chop it up with everybody. And I want you to be really, really transparent and honest. I want to know most of what we're going to talk about for the next, I'll say we got about 23 minutes,
Right.
is where you are right now. Well, 45 people last week said that I'm running for Ruby. So I want to hear from the 45 people, right, who committed to running for Ruby. I challenged you last time to know where your points are. So I want you to drop in the chat. I don't care what your points are. There's no judgment, none of that. But I want to see what the numbers look like today. Right? And then I'm going to share a story with you. So drop in the chat. What is your numbers on your points? Your total points for your whole team, the total points that you have today. I don't care what the number is, but I want you to share it. Starting now, let's go. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is a good sign. This is a real good sign. All right, Merritt Mitchell, okay. 1869, my Mitchell. And that's your total points. I want the total for the whole team. Gerald West, 2693. All right. And this, remember I said, anybody who's running for rank, you should know what your points are, and you should keep a gauge of that throughout the whole month, especially after the 15th. All right. Crystal Robinson, 1570. Anybody else? Gia, 1300. Dr. Crawford, total points 150. All right.
These are PE, points earned, right?
Not CV. We're not talking about CV. And if that's PE, if that's PE, okay. Chance, all right, 1439. Okay. Put them up, put them up. Come on, y'all. Y'all got 1 minute.
Latrice has 6421.
Wow. Okay. All right. I hear you. Okay. 6421. All right. 1439. 820. All right. I love these. I love them. Put them up. Put them up. And especially, let me say this. If you are a founding member, you should definitely be putting up your points. There's a couple of different things we have going on. There's a lot of math out there. All right, so 610. Okay, so let me share this. Thank you all. Let me really,
I commend you guys that put your numbers up there. I do.
Yes, I really do. I share that, man. Thank you for putting your numbers up, because that's where it starts. Knowing your numbers. That's where it starts. You know your numbers, and now we work the numbers. And the thing is, it's never too late. So I said I would share a story, right? You probably heard this story before, 1499. Thank you, Miss Bertha. You probably heard this story before, but let me bring it, and those are total points, right, Miss Bertha? Because, okay, if those are total points, that's cool. So you probably heard this story before, but it's going to make sense really now. It's going to make a whole lot of sense. Last year, and not this early, last year, this time, right before Memorial Day, Phyllis Nash, I don't know what side she's on. She's somewhere, right? Right? Our chief officer of sales, our chief senior sales officer, right? I think she was senior vice president at the time. Called me up the day before Memorial Day. Now, let me give you a glimpse of this. The same work that you all have been doing now as a run to whatever, Sapphire, Ruby. April is a momentum. April is a good month. Well, we're in May. So April, May, you come out of April, May, this looked like this last year too. So all of the month we had been running. my whole team, myself, we were tired the day before or the day of Phyllis calling me. Now she called me, right? There were new people who enrolled that month. So some of you know what I'm talking about. But let me share this. She called me the day before Memorial Day, while everybody was, well, in my head, while everybody was getting ready to really enjoy Memorial Day, go to barbecue. I'm like, yeah, going to my mama's house. She called me the day before and said this: hey, I want you and your team to have some parties starting tomorrow. Wait a minute, Phyllis. Do you know what just happened this month? Now, I didn't say any of this. And I was like, but I did say this. I was like, oh no. And I gave her not much resistance. In my head, all the resistance was there. It was like, whatever you're trying to do is not going to happen right now. But she didn't hear that. What she heard me say, or some resistance, was, oh, it's Memorial. I said this. I said, it's Memorial Day. That's how I responded. I said, tomorrow's Memorial Day. And she said this. She said, I promised Stacy, it was Stacy and Ray. She repeated their why to me. She said, I promised Stacy and Ray, and especially Stacy, she said she wanted to do this month. Stacy was brand new. And she said, so I'm going to keep my promise. Let me tell you, she moved me out of the way with what Stacy told her. What I did was remain coachable, even though I didn't believe. I was like, it's not a party with everybody on my team that's active, a party. So I said, okay. I did exactly what she said. She told me to call everybody. I called everybody on my team, you all, and said, let's party. Let's party the next couple of days. Let's close the month out strong. And all of them, every single last one of them said, okay. Mm-hmm. And I blamed Phyllis. Don't get me wrong. I had to have somebody to blame, right? So we partied like superstars through Memorial Day, going into the next month. And you all, the amount of volume, I think what came in was like 25,000. Mm-hmm. 25,000 in that next 2 days. So we back, y'all know we backed it. Well, I'm going too far. 25,000. I was not a diamond. I was not an emerald. I don't even remember if I was ruby, but I wasn't really doing it for me. The concept was, we promised some people who were brand new this month that they can achieve pearl, jade, sapphire. And that's what happened. Now, we only had the day before Memorial Day.
Right.
You have, I'm counting today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And I'll even give you an extra day, a week. Right? We'll talk about that later, but I want you to zoom in and focus. For everybody who put up a number, I want you to think about this. If you're a founding member, getting Jade gives you some extra shares. That's number one. Mm-hmm. Number two.
Forget about that. That's awesome. That's right.
Right? So those shares will increase. If you want to get to 5,000, you're already there. Don't forget about shares on the table. Right? That pays out every quarter. And we're ending a quarter. Get those shares. Number two, Sapphire. Right? Sapphire is 10,000. And I'm saying, for those who are saying they got, well, the one that said they got 6,000, Ruby. I'm not giving up. If I could do 25,000, then you can do that 25,000 minus the 6,000 you already have. Let me plant that seed. Sapphire, easy for everybody who put up 3,000, 1,800. But what do you have to do? You have to party. You have to contact people. You have to reach out to your team that Who asks your team? Who wants to get the upline on and ask them? Who wants to hit Pearl?
Who
Who
wants
wants
to
to hit
run
Jay?
hard really wants to run hard. And
Who
it's okay
wants?
if they say no, then that's not the person
Totally
you're
okay.
with.
That's totally okay. And Phyllis is exactly right. But what, so let me give you, so I told you I had resistance.
Yeah.
I know you're feeling like me back then. I know you are. I don't care what the numbers look like. When you have people who are saying you can do it and plug us in, you can do it, party like Rockstar, give it a shot. Give it a shot and see what's happened. This is what will happen. Some of you are going to give it a shot and you're going to be satisfied with that. Some of you
Are going to run.
Are going to who?
Run hard.
Are going to run hard. Some of you, you're just going to run hard. Like the month is still the month. I'll tell you, who wants a check right next month? Who wants free product for next month? Who wants to hit 30% by crossing over 1,000 in CV? Hey, let me tell you, Ann Hawkins just had an order to come in from one person for $450 within an hour. Went by the dispensary, picked it up to drop it off to somebody. It can happen, but you have to shoot the shot. That's $450. So people, so some of you are going to run hard. Now, only because it's math, but don't be a part of this group. Some small percentage of you probably won't know what you could have done. And it doesn't have to be that way. It just doesn't. You have the ability to party. Let me show you this, and then I'm going to close out. Because the calendar is still not, this still, what I'm going to show still applies. It doesn't change. You can see the whole calendar. Hold on. We're going to go all the way up to the date. So we're right here. Some of you have already been partying. Some of you have already been exposing. And some of you have already been trained. And this is possibly, when I see that 6,000 or I see 1,800 or I see 3,000 or I see, I don't care what I see. Let me show you what can happen. Oops. So that 8,000, for those who did, it's going to look like this. But let's say it looks like your 3,000. The formula doesn't change because when you party tomorrow or Friday, that's still 2,000 that's going to come in. If you grab a hold of what you have now and just add 2,000. Some of you, because of the time frame, are going to add more because you're at the end of the month. The more that you wait to the end of the month, which is a good formula too, you can always bring in. You're just going to share with more, and that 2,000 on this day is going to turn into 4,000. It's possible on the 28th. See, there's some people in this company right now that understands that I still have time, and you do too. And they're going to party every single day until the 31st, and they're going to try to push for a party on the 1st. I'm telling you. And they're going to call and be like, I get some help. And they are, see, when people ask for help, you go get it. But let's do the math, right? 8,000. I just want you to look at the calendar, but whether that's 2,000 or 4,000, right? That's sapphire for somebody. I already see it, right? And then that person that's 3,000, that's 3,000 plus 4,000 or 3,000 plus 2,000. Let me show you what happens after that. Still the same formula. So that's 2,000 or 4,000 going into another party on Sunday, right? So 2,000 and 4,000, let's double the 2,000, that's 4,000, or let's double the 4,000 and that's 8,000. Why is it like that, Minister Mooney? Because people who are new come with new energy and they are going to party. There's some people's energy right now that's like mine and I'm still partying. There's some people that you're going to talk to and they, right before Memorial Day, who don't want to party. Who wants Delta 8? Who y'all go offer Delta 8 to? See, it's people right now that are getting outside and they want what you have. That's how that order today was $450. You can do it. So remember that write it down. 2,000 is gonna come in tomorrow. I want you to speak it. 2,000 is gonna come in tomorrow because I'm gonna party. Or 4,000 is gonna because I'm gonna party real hard. It's 4 people that's
Somebody
coming in
is
this
going to
building.
be partying with me.
That's right.
It's
Somebody's
not
gonna
just
be partying.
me. It's the compound effect.
Ooh, now the
Somebody's going to
people,
be partying with
yes.
me.
I
Now,
didn't even add that.
a new chance does not understand what party means. So they might not know about the launch parties, I would assume.
Okay.
So I
So
want whoever that is for
yeah.
them to get back with their sponsor because evidently they don't know.
Yeah. Tell your sponsor you want a party. That's what you do. Tell your sponsor you want your grand opening. You want to have a party. You want to have whatever type of event, a sip and save,
A grand opening. So
a
you
grand opening.
know
Yeah,
what
if you never had a party, a grand opening. All right. And don't feel discouraged because you were, brother, you got plenty, sister, brother, you got plenty of time to party. It can happen. So the math, last minute math, 2,000, 4,000, write those down. And what that says is 2 people are starting with you as a partner or 4 people are starting with you as a partner. And you're going to claim it. You have new energy. You're excited. You're going to claim it. You're going to go on Facebook. You're going to do what everything that Phyllis said in the meeting this morning. You're going to do that. You're going to do money making activity. You're going to do all of that. You're going to take that momentum into Sunday. Now, you're not going to sit down, right? And this is the formula, especially for the Ruby. Don't stop. Keep going with that mindset. I'm not going to show you. Well, let me show you this. So 2,000 and 4,000, we party, right? It goes into the next party and all those people party at 2,000 and 4,000. All you're going to do is double it again. So that means that 2,000, 4,000 go into that next party and we double it. That's 4,000 and then that's 8,000, right? That's 4,000 for somebody. That's 8,000 ending the month. And then you're going to take that into Memorial Day because you're not ready to celebrate. Even if you hit Sapphire, you're not stopping and celebrating right now. You'll celebrate the day after Memorial Day or the day after that day because some of you still won't stop. But on Memorial Day, everybody is looking for something. I would find a group of men that's just smoking cigars and get some pre-rolls and get some Delta 8 to them. That would be one of my strategies. Why they out barbecuing? Here you go. Go everywhere for people barbecuing. My point is that there's still possibility on the table that you can take advantage of. Now, why would you do this at the end of the month? Because you probably thought that the run to Ruby and everything that's on the table only was for this month. I challenge you to think about, remember, shares. I challenge you to think about everything else that's coming leading up to November. I challenge you because all of that, whatever you do at the end of this month, is going to take you into next month. See, it's there, but you have to pour the fuel and put that fuel in the engine to get it to running. And you take that into next month, some of you are going to cross and you're going to be celebrating right now. There are going to be new sapphires. There are going to be new rubies at the end of this month. There are going to be new jades and new pearls. It's already happening. They just haven't been announced. Be a part somewhere in there. Get you something out of this month and take it into next month. Now, when I show you the calendar for next month, I promise you, listen to what I'm saying. I got to say it clear and plain. You're going to wish you would have did something this week. The end of the month, you all, is where a lot of money is made.
Magic happens.
It's like, boom. And I'm not blowing smoke up your butt. Phyllis pushed me, and I'm pushing you to party and make it happen. And you can do it. On that note,
put in the chat something really important.
That's right.
He said you have to see yourself as a Ruby, because before you just claim it and you say, well, I'm going to try, that's all it'll be doing. But when you visualize and see yourself as a Ruby, it becomes something you have to do. So you got to see it first. If you don't see it, all the talking in the world that we're doing is, it starts with you.
And I want to address this again because I see it. A new chance. It is a new chance.
3 minutes.
Okay, 3 minutes. I got 3 minutes.
Transition to everybody.
Whatever you don't see now, listen to the sound of my voice and the momentum that's going in. When you grab it, and it's going to be soon, you're going to grab it. I want you to stay in the mindset that you're in the right place at the right time, and it's going to happen. Don't get consumed with not understanding right now. Trust me, a lot of us didn't understand any of this, and you won't. The best place to be
This is a Ruby call, so there are certain things that should have been understood too before coming on. So remember, we're running for Ruby. If it was just a general call, that would be different. People on here kind of should know what it means to get to Ruby and what it's going to take.
And I got 2 minutes to address my Mitchell. I hear you. We all taking a break. You have to evaluate when you want to do that, right? Now, because of what you said you wanted, right now, come off of that break and get back to running, right? I just got to, because momentum is something that you have to build up to. And when you cut it off, it stops and you got to start all over. So keep the momentum while you have it, while things are hot, while fresh, while it's going, and keep building. You never know when it's going to happen, but it will happen. So on that note, you all, I'm closing it out. We're going to bring in is Kathy, who's taking us into, Pastor Dan is coming on.
No, you can still, I'm just saying, is this a general call or did it change?
This is a training.
Continue.
Oh, okay. So any questions? Yes, my Mitchell, continue. Any questions? Put it in the chat. Crystal, keep going. I can't express that enough. It's the end of the month. Close it out strong. If you don't know what that is, if there's somebody here that doesn't know what closing the month out strong is, then put it in the chat.
And also, are there any other questions from anybody? Anything that you need us to go over or was not clear? A lot of times we talk and we want you thinking you know it, but if you don't know it, it's okay to ask.
Mm-hmm. And not customer service questions.
Yeah, not I'm so glad, my Mitchell.
Yes.
You're energized and ready to go.
Yeah. So my Mitchell, if you have to give a party, look.
Oh, you want to share that? Do you want to share the what?
Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Okay. For everybody that's here.
Can we do that in this shorter time now?
Yeah, it's 30 minutes.
Okay.
We can do it in 10. Yeah, that's easy. So you all, I want to give you a sample of one of and I pray that there's some leaders here, but I pray that there's some baby boomers here because you all are about to love this. And I'm going to call you out. I think they have to be on the panel. Let me check. Hold on. Let's do this. Bear with me, you all. So there's a feature. I think they might. We have to invite them to a group. Let me just see for a minute. Hold on. For those who are ready to party, and this is all about partying, you all. I know you're going to love it. I'm excited about it. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to just show you this. And I'm going to use actually the people who are here. If I can't use people in the audience, or can I bring somebody from the audience? I might be able to do that. Let's just see. So you guys are seeing the presentation now, right?
No, we're seeing you.
Okay. Here we go.
Now the presentation.
Okay. So here we go. Let me see who's showing up. Only you are showing up. So that means that, let me see this. Can we bring somebody up? How do we do that? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna pick on somebody if I can see you. Hold on. Panel.
See if I can get you somebody.
Crystal Rock. No, I want to pick on.
Knows how to do a Zoom though, right?
Uh-huh.
So,
Let's see. My Mitchell. Yes, let me pick on my Mitchell. My Mitchell, do you do your own presentations? Does she do her own?
on Zoom parties?
Yeah.
I don't know. My Mitchell, can you write in the chat if you do your own Zooms?
And do your own presentations? Or put in the chat.
I'm trying to do, this is your screen I'm trying to get.
You say you have. Is there anybody who have never did their own Zoom?
Or a launch party.
Or launch party? Put it in the chat. I'm gonna pick on Gia. Gia is perfect. Promote to panelists. Come on up, Gia. Anybody else? Ah, there you go, Gia. All right. Let me start with Gia. So Gia has never did her, and I know this, has never did her own presentation. Gia, can you unmute? Make sure you're unmuted.
I'm unmuted.
All right, all right. So I want everybody to pay attention. My slideshow is up, but this is what I want to do. Now my slideshow is up on my computer. It's 6:34. I'm making myself aware of that. I'm not gonna get too nervous. Hold on. Let me close this. All right, so I see the chat. Let me close that. So my slideshow is up. And Minister Mooney, while I'm at home, I don't want to do the presentation. But Gia is somebody that I know is technology challenged, and she's never did a presentation. Not that she can't, but the technology is kind of intimidating. And Gia is a beast, y'all. Let me share with you, her CV is always over 1,000 every month, and she does have a voice. I believe as many presentations as you all, because Gia's not the only one, as many presentations as you've seen, you probably just challenged with how to set up the schematics and everything on the computer. So this is what I figured out. I'm gonna play this video from start. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give Gia, and I just gave her control of my screen. So I'm gonna mute, I'm going to hide myself. You can't see me. Gia, if you are in a position where you can show your face, go ahead.
It's not coming up at the bottom.
No, no, no. Can you move your mouse around and then start your video? Okay. Now, Gia, wait, don't go too fast now. Hold on. I want to walk them through. Okay. So hold
You want
on.
me to go back?
No, no, I just went back for you. First, do me
Okay.
a favor. Show your face if you can. Don't, no, no, no.
I can't.
Wrong one.
Can't.
Sometimes I understand, Gia, girl. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay.
Don't worry about
So you don't have, do you see a menu that say participants, chat, question and answer? Yep, up there. Anywhere
No,
up
it's
there?
nothing up here.
Nothing that shows the Zoom menus or anything like that?
It says you are controlling Minister Mooney's screen. And then
Okay.
it says view options.
Okay, great enough, good enough for right now. We're gonna, okay. So your camera was off and you don't see how to cut your camera on, right?
Right.
I'm just making sure. Okay, so not a big deal. We'll show her that later. So Gia,
Yes.
start the presentation. I'm gonna go and cook, and I want you to do the first part of this presentation. Hit the arrow where you see it on the screen. Have you ever done a presentation before, Gia?
Not at all.
Okay, let's do it. I don't want you to be nervous, but just go ahead. Hit the arrow.
the black arrow. The black.
Arrow. Yep. Yep. You see what you're doing, Gia?
Okay.
Keep going. Go ahead, hit the arrow.
It's not up. It's not coming up.
You have to
Oh,
move your mouse.
it's
Yep.
up.
Sometimes that happens. So just keep
I'm
moving.
Dr. David Allen. I'm a retired cardiac surgeon.
Go to the
and,
next slide.
Member of the International Cannabinoid Research Society, ICRS. That means I'm a cannabinoid.
You see what you're doing,
My
Gia?
name is Minister Willie
But
Edward
The
Mooney.
arrows are not
Born
showing.
and
It's
raised.
gonna
Let me just say
disappear.
this to you, Gia, because
Life for me
I
has
remember when I would be doing this
always been
and not
faced with challenges.
being in control, and those arrows would disappear, and that would give me such panic. So I know how you feel, but if you keep moving your cursor over, take it away and move it back, the arrows will appear. And then now you know that's gonna happen, so you don't have the nerves. So it will happen.
So go ahead, move the arrow. Don't be nervous. You see it? There we go.
I was going through bouts of just
Go to the next
extreme
slide.
exhaustion from these anxiety.
Move
just
the
feeling
arrow.
tired, feeling like just brain fog. Just like a
So Gia, you know who these women are. Go ahead. Just throw something out. This is not an official presentation.
Mhm.
But what I'm showing you, are you happy to see that you didn't have to download the slides? You didn't have to do a lot of the stuff that was almost prevent you and you be intimidated with having a party. Do you realize that this right here, what we have just done, and then we're showing you that you can have a party as soon as Friday if you were to learn the presentation?
Right.
And a lot of times you guys have been listening to the presentation so long, you can almost say it yourself. So now that you don't have to worry about the technology part, you can much better go on and just do a presentation. Because I know that technology can tie you up, make you nervous, not know what you're doing, and throws everything off. But if you can move the
You found it, Gia.
Yeah, it popped up.
All right. So everybody, who do you see? Let me call. Do you see Gia? Put it in the chat if you see Gia. Hold on. Let me turn off my camera. Talk, Gia. Go ahead. Do your presentation. Just say something. You don't have to do official. What do you see?
The $4 million in cumulative sales, and we're only 2 years old.
Oh, go to the next slide. Remember, move your mouse. You moving your mouse around?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Keep moving it on the screen. It'll come back up. The
And-
arrow's at the bottom.
Okay.
Move it around the bottom, your mouse.
Yeah.
Let me help you out a little bit. Okay. you see?
Okay, now it's back up. One of the goals of the 2014 Farm Bill was to generate and protect research into hemp. Under the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp is treated like other agricultural commodities in many ways. This
All right.
are provisions that heavily regulate hemp. This legislation make hemp a mainstream corporation.
I love it.
This is 2014 versus the 2018 Farm Bill.
All right. So what just happened here, you all? Thank you so much, Gia. You can hang out up here with us, but let me.
Okay.
Okay. So put it in the chat. What just happened? Exactly. I see her now, right? Hey, Gia. I don't
Hey.
see Gia, but you're starting to see Gia. Okay. Everybody cheering Gia. Okay. So
Yes. Yes.
this is what everybody, Crystal Robinson, can do for her baby boomers. I'm gonna leave it at baby boom. See, there are a lot of people who are just like Gia, right? Who they learn the presentation. She actually knows it. She's just nervous. I know she's nervous because I know Gia,
Yep.
right? But now look at her right now.
Mhm.
Look at her right now, everybody. And I hope everybody is really getting this. That we just put in Gia's position to do her own presentations, right? And then practice will make perfect. So we don't look at all that. But she's right here. You see her, and she has not downloaded, and she's running it from my screen, from my board. All right. So how many of you are excited now to party? Regina, yes. Latrice, yes. So this is the deal. Now let me say the person who has the software, Zoom and all that downloaded, because now we don't have to push and I'm saying we work together. But I don't want you all blowing up Phyllis, and I'm gonna be honest, blowing up me. You have somebody, they might be a Pearl, they might be a Jade, that can download the presentation. You start your party, and boom, give the microphone to Gia. Or give the microphone to my, I was picking on my Mitchell, but she's already done it. But anybody who has never done a presentation, now, Gerald said ready, set. Yes. Now you can put a presentation right in their hands and not worry about downloading the video. Okay, you get it, y'all? That's just another tool.
Absolutely.
Now, no one had, go ahead, Phyllis.
No, I'm just saying, I agree. Absolutely.
So now you don't, and I have to say it this way, you don't have a reason not to party now.
Absolutely. I agree to that too, Gia.
You don't have a reason not to party. What kind of university? 30 minutes. I mean, not 30 minutes, 30 days, but in that first 72 hours, first 48 hours, right? That brand new person, that means Gia can't call and say, Minister Mooney, no, Gia, I'm gonna set you up. At 6 o'clock, what time's your party? You go to Code and help her out. Gia, you got it.
So you just set me up, huh?
I set you up.
Right.
Yes,
Set you up. Hey, and Crystal is saying practice, practice, practice. But guys, the best way to practice, and I do agree, Crystal, but to practice with some people in front of you. Have your party, and every party you have is a practice. The more you do it, the better you are. But you might earn while you're learning. So practice in front of the party. Don't wait till you get perfect to do it.
So you all, with that just added and everything else that the company has set up. If you have any questions, put in the chat, but with that just added and everything that the company has set up, we have Father's Day coming up, Father's Day specials, like you can do this. I have never been a part of any company, any organization that offers this much value and this much help, right? And we're not forgetting about nobody. So new people, Gia took the first step and presented. Well, technically, she didn't volunteer. Some of you will reach out to people who, just like Phyllis did me, I just did Gia. And Gia is coachable. She's willing and she's hungry. She just needed the help. So reach out to your team and give them the opportunity, just like I just gave Gia. And Miss Bertha would have given Gia the same opportunity, but I just know my team, some of them, we had not been able to really help in this manner, and we would have to host for them and let them and click the slides. And I know that can be a little challenging and very intimidating when you don't have control of the slides. But now you don't have an excuse. That'll be a separate training. I got to figure it out, but that'll be a separate training. But right now, you all, we have 14 minutes. Phyllis, you have something that you want to share? It's a mindset. Everyone
doing
just
a great job. I just want to open it up. I always like to ask them if they have any questions.
Okay.
So we can clear any, questions that they might have up.
I was very nervous.
Yes, my Mitchell, I was nervous too. So that's why I can relate to everything you'll go through, because I went through it. So yeah, but it gets better and better the more you do it.
Yes, and there has been some people who have seen me stand in the dispensary in front of people and watch me sweat. And they remind me of that. it's it's normal to be nervous, and it's really normal to be pushed out there. That's it's really normal in this company. But it's a good thing, you
Latrice
know.
has a question. You want to type it in the chat, Latrice?
Mhm. All right. So Minister Mooney, I came in after you started. So what happened? Was the run? Was this run? Yes, this was ran. She ran the presentation from my screen and from my keyboard. So yes, so it doesn't, Naina, excellent. Even though you have a Chromebook, you can, we have to check because it doesn't work if you're logging in through a phone, but we have to check to see if it'll work through the Chromebook. But that file, the actual file and presentation can be on somebody else's computer. What video should we use now that we have so many to choose from? Excellent question, Latrice. Um, Honestly, I use 4. But it depends on who I'm sharing with. I always use the doctor's advisory video, minimum. I have started sharing. You always want to use a Wakana video, where the one, either the one with the CEO is talking at the end, or the one, the previous one that you have been using. And then a sizzle. I put a sizzle in the middle, either Tyreek, or I've been using my own lately. It depends on who I'm showing it to. If I want to, sometimes I'm in a mindset.
I think it depends on who you're showing it to in
Who you
general.
showing it to?
If you're doing a general thing, but if it's a younger group, then Tariq would
Tyreek.
show
Yep.
up on my video,
Yep.
for that particular party.
Yep. That's exactly how I do it. Yep. I hope that answered your question. What video should we use?
And some testimonies always help. Like one with the testimony is about the health benefits. That's always somebody can relate, or they know somebody that will.
And excellent, Ms. Bird, because Gia does help with the parties. Now you can turn over the screen to her and she can do her own clicking. All right, Miss, I'm going to learn today. Excellent. Patrice, any questions regarding, we have a lot of time, you all. Any questions regarding any technology, anything like that? Any back office stuff, numbers? So everybody write down your points. If you don't know them, it doesn't matter what they are. I want you to ask the question of where your points are. Let me show you this. I could do it real quick. First, and any other questions, please, because there's some new people here. So I want to make sure we have this understood, that you all know. I don't want to take it for granted that you know what they are. And still ask your questions. Shoot your questions, you all. Don't hesitate. Where is it? Here we go. There we go. Any questions? Don't be silent as the lambs, y'all. Come on. It's the end of the month. Any questions? Okay, here we go. Let me start here. So I have too many windows open. Share. Now, anything I put up, when I selected.
Dan Johnson, where is Dan at?
I
just saw his name on.
Oh, he's in the panelists? I mean, they're down.
Well, where have you been? You're not on the panelist link.
He probably logged out of his, okay, so you all, that's probably what happened. He logged out. All right, you all. So here I'm referencing and showing you that when you go under that, my team in the back office, my team, you hit that little squiggly menu button, right? And I see the question, Dr. Crawford, if ranking, for example, is J, should you have 60% of that person going to that ranking team? I'm gonna show you that. Yep, we'll go through that. So this is CV. We're not gonna talk about that right now. Let's talk about points. This is where you would find points. Now it's time to rank. And Dr. Crawford, your question was right on point, right on time, because I have the slide to show that. So notice you're looking at total points. I'm showing to the right where this person has a team. Some of you are there. I show this for a reason. Doesn't matter where you are. It's still time to rank. 4,000, 1,500, doesn't matter. You can still rank. You can still hit your goals. All right. So Dr. Crawford, here's your answer to your question. Here we go. Right. So you said Jade, what did you say? 60% to rank the team. Jade. So here it says Jade, 60%. Yes. Right. Let me show you what that math looks like. So 60%, 5,000. What's five? And I'm gonna show you. Here we go. There we go. So did I break down Jade? Yep. Here we go. 60% times 5,000. Only one source, one leg. Right? Any leg, but the max that can come from that leg is 3,000. Is that clarity? Anybody, any questions? How many videos should you use when you have different age groups? Yep, either she. Miss Shirley, time for you to do your presentation. You've been around, and it's time. I want to be around to see that too. Stephanie Taylor, learn to fly because they're pushed out. Yeah, we're pushing everybody. If you're doing your own presentation after you introduce yourself, do you give your testimony to me? Well, it's always good to, you get that opportunity when you're doing your presentation. Excellent question. Introduce, either somebody's introducing you or you can say something about yourself so people know who you are. So you can give, it's all dependent on me, depending on whatever. Nothing real specific, you all. And don't get into schematics. Like, we have what we have laid out, but be you. More important is let your character come out, because when you invite your people, they want to see you. And that's an excellent question, Susan. I might not give my testimony. I might do it later, but it all depends on the crowd. It all depends on the flow. So I use a little discernment. I try to. I'm not new, but I'm usually nervous. I think I'll have an anniversary party this weekend. Yes, yes, yes. I'll make sure you do my hero. Yep, I'm working on it. Well, you don't have to work on it long, Shirley, Miss Shirley, because we just showed you how you can just click the button and go through the slides and go through your presentation. I invite my customers to do testimonies for my new distributors party. That's also a great thing too. But I love the fact that if you guys feel, and I don't care, you may be a Pearl or Jade or brand new. Yes, it would be, let's put it like this. Let me say it this way. If nobody's partying with you, don't let that stop you from partying. I'm going to say it that way. Ask for help, but don't let that stop you from being the CEO of your business. Right? And there's always help. You're going to get these slides, I'm sure. When you have the slides and you see what it is and you understand it, man, I think it'll be kind of impressive when your friends and family and the people who know you see you in front of the room. So I do challenge the people who are brand new, ask for help. And if you don't find that help, I'm just saying, if somebody's nervous, because we get nervous, it might be bad timing, but it might not be bad timing for you. Don't let that stop you. All right. Yeah, Regina, thank you. Thanks for, I have invited customers to do testimony. Any questions? So I just showed that. I hope everybody got that. And I hope y'all took a picture of that slide. 40 people on, they're preparing for Why Wakana. I'm not new, but I usually get nervous. Okay, cool. Anybody else? Anybody, any other questions? Y'all gotta have something. Nothing? All right, well, let's drop it in the chat. Let's get the momentum up. Who's running for Sapphire this month? Who's running for Ruby? Put it in the chat. I want to see you. I want you to claim it. I do. I don't care if you don't know exactly how. As long as you plan on working. I don't want you to say it if you don't plan on doing the work. But I want you to drop it. If you're not a Sapphire, you're not a Ruby, that's right, Michelle. Go for it. I am running for Ruby. I ranked up to Ruby in May. You want to requalify to get in the party. You ain't out of the formula, right? There's a party in July and you want to be there. That's right. Susan, I see you. Right? Gerald, I know you running for Ruby. You got some dogs partnered with you. Minister Mooney, what did you just present to us? Oh, that was just showing the points and how to find the points, how to calculate your points, Naina. Ruby says Susan, running for Ruby, Anita, Sapphire this month.
This month,
Yes.
that means there's some parties nonstop coming.
There you go. Now I'm gonna tell you, this is what I'm a hope. This is the activation. When y'all do a party, take pictures of that party and post it in Wakanda for Life.
That's right.
That's the activation. Let me see it. I'm calling it. I'm looking at the names. I'm taking pictures. That's what I'm doing.
Let me take my pictures.
I'm taking pictures.
I got it.
I want to hear. I want everybody who's saying they Ruby or going for Sapphire. Yep. Take a picture of your party. I don't care if it's 2 people there. Right? Take a picture of that party and put it in Wakanda for Life with that picture and say, we are partying. Closing the month out.
See yourself in Chicago in August. See yourself masterminding with other like-minded people. See what you all want to do and how you want to get there. I mean, it's so good to be around the same people with some of the same goals. And it's the sky is not the limit.
So Latrice, you ain't pulling back. No. Ruby this month. You have 6,000. I won't forget that number. No.
Yeah, we got 1 minute to transition.
All right. So Latrice, Ruby this month. No limits. Let's go. No, I want what you presented on the screen. Are you accessible? If so, how? I'll have to show you, Naeem. I'll go through that. I knew you were coming from me. Yep, you know I was. Because you put out 6,000. We're not letting that go. No, just look. I'm telling you, you're going to love your check if you do exactly what I say. You're going to love the check.
7 o'clock.
All right.
This
You all